Okay, so this is circa 1998, and Kel had cheated on me in New York, and I had decided that I was going to move out and go back home with my parents. And a couple of my friends had called me or talked to me and said, hey, Kel's saying that, he's going to kill himself, and just please talk to him one last time. And so I decided to come and talk to him one last time. I'm going to say it was before 10 o'clock in the evening. I'm sure it was like maybe, I don't know, between probably like, I don't know, 9 and 10, let's say. I kind of hear sounded like a television or something, but like people talking or a television. And I go into the guest bedroom and I open the door and I see Nick in my full cheerleading uniform with his little skinny legs, wearing socks. And Kel's like partly in the bed with like a wife beater on. And he's like halfway in the bed, kind of sitting up a little bit. And so I am just in shock. So I just kind of just stopped, because I've never in my life seen Nick dress in any like women's anything outside of doing it for the TV show. So have never seen that before. But I didn't think it was anything weird, or I didn't think it was anything like Nick and Kel were ever in a relationship or were doing anything sexual. That was never in my mind at all. Like, didn't cross my mind. I just thought it was just weird boy stuff, because I grew up around palm colored boys, and they always kind of did kind of like questionable things to me. So I thought it was just like, like bromance kind of like stuff that guys do. That's just, I hadn't thought of it as being anything other than just guy stuff that guys do. So, kind of like guy love, I don't know, bromance stuff. So that was not in my mind at all. It was kind of funny. But at the same time, it was very strange. I'm just really pissed off about it, because Nick promised me that he was going to bring it back to me and clean it, and he never did. And I keep asking him about it, asked him about it on the radio a couple of years ago when I won tickets. So I just wanted my uniform back. But this is actually true, and this happened. So part 2 will come.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Anthony. Hi, lurkers. She's not lying. She is not lying. Someone who has experience being with a narcissist, she is not lying. They all have some type of code book or something. And hi, Thickness. You get me, girl. You do. So I wanted her to listen to one of Sinji's videos, because she went viral, and about this whole, y'all know Kel Mitchell, and you know her. She was married to him. They had kids together. And I wanted her thoughts and everything on the whole situation, and she agreed to come up. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really super happy, and she's not lying. Nope. Right, girl, the shaking of the burgers out. That's actually off of her channel on TikTok. Girl, I scream because I just saw it not long ago. So I'll be right back. When you put on something that's really refreshing and exciting for everybody, to let everyone remember who I am. Never forget. You can find it. I like to hit it raw. Wrong video. That's when I was plus size and still sexy. Where's that? See, it's been a while since I've been up here. I need to play that at the end, maybe on another video. Where is it? Oh, here we go. I'm going to hold up.
Say, just all you have to do is say, "Okay, Miss Elite, let's talk." That's it. That's all.
Thank you. That doesn't make any sense. Thank you. So, Miss Elite, thank you. But here's the deal. I want you to have the name Miss Elite. I want you to have it. You deserve it. You've worked very hard over the year and a half or so. I want you to use the name Miss Elite. You deserve it.
Okay, so I'm just waiting on her to come up. I sent her a link, so I sent it not long ago. So hopefully she got it. If not, then I'll work with her. But anyway, y'all, I'm just happy to be back. I'm still gonna take a little break, and then I'm gonna come back again. And she's not lying. When people are in Hollywood, why would she lie? Why? Why? So let me pull this video up on Cynthia G. I'm just waiting on her so we can get this going. Where is it? See, it's been a while, y'all. I'm trying to like, what button does this? Shoot, I used to have this like easy. Hold up. Share screen. Hi, Plus Asian King. Good to see you. Even all that drama on the side, too. Yes, I want to get the tea from her. Now, see, I used to do this with like no issues. No. You need to stop it, cat. I think that's the link right here. Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay, so I did that correctly. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for her to come so we can get this party started. So where's that? Okay. All the time. Exactly, all the time. What did I push? Okay, so I'm gonna wait on her. In the meantime, I'm really excited because I've been communicating with her for some time now before she went viral. And we related because we both got with narcissistic people. And when you get with a narcissistic guy, it's life changing. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody say. And then with narcissistic males, people are only aware about your end because you're more vocal. Narcissistic males tend to work behind the scenes and they trigger you, and the rest is history. So it looked like I'm the crazy one. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but no one knows what hell he's doing because I'm not sharing every single little move, okay? So I've been going through it with y'all know who and F him. So I understand. So I'm going to hold up. Okay, she's coming. Our bad. Okay. Pearl. Okay, she thought. Okay, it was okay. So anyway, oh my God, that clip is legendary. She spent his money and told him straight up to his face that getting attention from. Oh God, people don't even know. Like these black males. Yeah, like okay, I have a non-black godmother. Okay, she doesn't even believe in interracial dating. She don't. But for me, she do. So black, it's not white supremacy. It's this black certain black males. A lot of them creating their own reputation. Okay, it's not white supremacy. Hi Stella, you came. We're getting things set up. She's just logging on now. Oh my God.
Hello.
Oh, you made it. Oh my,
Yes,
so
yes, I'm so
happy.
sorry. I was
Yes,
waiting on you. I didn't know what
I
was
know. I
going
was
on.
like, let
So
me check. Let me
sorry.
check. Hi, Anita Smith, Bright. Thank you. I wanted you
Thank
to watch
you.
this clip because you went viral. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And this person's name is Cynthia G. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Have you?
No,
Okay. Well, she made a video about what you were talking about, and you know, there's a lot of people, you know, a lot of orange soda fans out there. Oh, she's
Yes,
lying. One was already up here. Oh, she's lying. No, it's no. I look. I've been with a narcissist, so I understand. They have a
definitely.
pattern. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they have such a pattern, and it is unbelievable. It is so the craziest thing to me is that I recently just saw Kel, actually had a response, and I was like, but his response
Really?
was so crazy. But it's just like, this is just unfortunately what these narcissists do is
They
that
do.
they never let anything go. They're never going to tell the truth about anything
Never.
until it's just over with, until it just this was like our marriage. Like literally I would have to have video of him cheating for him to say he actually did it. Like,
And I think also gender comes into play because you know my storyline with new, you know who, and it looked
yeah.
like we're the crazy ones. The women always seem like the crazy ones because they only focus on us, and the men they're quiet, but they're working behind the scenes, triggering us constantly,
Oh,
doing
that's
stupid things.
oh my gosh. This is like this has been my life for the past 20 years
Uh huh.
dealing with Kel because it's just like I'm gonna start my surviving Kel Mitchell series, but it's
Awesome.
so much stuff from kidnapping the kids to
Wow.
um lying to my family for 6 months, telling them I was crazy and I was on
Mm-hmm.
drugs, and then he
I
kidnapped
believe
the
that.
kids. Then he goes into court and gets sole legal, sole physical custody while he doesn't even have the
See?
kids. Then he sells the house. Then I go through 3 trials with the house. I do all stuff with the house. And like right now, what's happening is that he owes me all this money, but he has, narcissist men also get narcissist attorneys.
Yes, they do. Oh God, they got a whole crew of buddies, attorneys.
Yes,
Yes,
he has a
all of it.
narcissist attorney right now. So I'm getting rid of him because once again, they're just lying left and
And
right in
they're
the courts.
professional liars. I
They are
never seen. They're
professional
life
liars.
changing. People don't understand what I've been through. I've never been with a narcissist in my life, so this was like really shocking. So I understand every word you said. When I was listening, I said, "F the orange soda." She make perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's entirely crazy. And even the craziest thing is that once I start actually posting the videos that Kel had said about me while I was working as a teacher, I had to actually quit a job as a teacher
Wow.
because of the video that he posted. I was working at a Muslim school, and he had said I had
Mm-hmm.
abortions, and he said I was unfaithful in our
Oh,
marriage. All lies.
see that? He
And
just had really good writers. I'd say that all the time. He just had really good writers for his characters. That's it.
oh, that's it. Yeah. He know what? Honestly, I don't know who Kel is as a person. He just is different people. I don't know who
Thank you, narcissists. You don't know who
he
they
is.
really are. Like, who are you?
I have no idea. I have no idea who Kel is
It's a
besides
stranger because they never show their true selves. They're a stranger.
never. You'll never know who they are. You'll never know. I mean, the thing is, I know the real him, which is the mean,
Oh,
evil,
I can't. I
that
can't.
that's
Oh,
the
there you
real
go.
him. That's the real him.
Mm-hmm.
The fake him is all these different people that he portrays,
It's
but
several personalities. I believe every
several.
word. I've been through it. Yes.
several personalities. Like they're different people with different people all the time. Until they show you who they are to you, then it's a wrap. They never go back. They will never go back to that person because they're like, what's the point? You already know who they
even
are.
If they don't go back, they still bother you it's like they can't let go.
No, they can't. I
They
think
never let go.
No, I can't. I mean, you would think that, somebody that's married with additional children wouldn't constantly be taking me to court, spending. I mean, literally, he just spent $80,000, $40,000 on my attorney, $40,000 on his attorney,
Wow.
and it's just like, for what? You owe me this money, and it doesn't matter how many times you go into court, you're still gonna owe me this money. So it's just like, this is financial abuse. It's just going on, and 20 years later, I'm still divorcing you. Like it's
never
insane.
ends. The only way it stops if they die of natural causes. That I don't think they're capable of stopping.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm like, I'm definitely gonna put a stop to it because I'm just no longer playing the game. So now I got rid of my attorney because I didn't realize, the attorneys that you get to play the game too. So I had gotten an attorney, and my attorney is playing games with Kel's attorney. They're talking back and forth about settlement and all this other stuff. And my attorney did not do anything I wanted him to do after Kel started paying him.
See, narcissistic, and he could be a fan. You never know.
Never know. Yeah. So I just recently fired him, and now I'm going into court myself. And when I went into court myself the last time, I was able to clear out one of Kel's bank accounts. And so I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm just going to do it all myself. And every single time I've ever done it myself, it has worked. And now, especially with social media, and being able to,
thank God for social media, it helps us.
Thank God, because this is on. I feel like I've gotten a lot more leeway, just with everything, in dealing with social media. I've gotten some additional money outlets, some book deals, and some other stuff. So that's really, really, really good and important. But yeah, this whole entire thing about she's lying. Well, where's your proof, buddy? Where's your proof about me lying or making up stories about me being pregnant that I can't prove or disprove. But what I will say is that when I had my son, I know Kel paid this guy to make up this story, like he knows me and he knows Kel, and like we hung out. And I found out recently that Kel paid this man to go out here and say all these terrible things. I was cheating on him, all this other stuff. And to basically just go out and like smut my name. Well, Kel had already smutted my name while I had the kids. When the kids
they don't stop. They don't stop.
No.
They want to take you all the way down as much as they can.
That's all he wants to do, and it's so crazy. And, it just feels crazy because people are like looking at me like I'm the crazy one. Like, no, I'm not the crazy one.
People look at me like I was crazy. I'm like this. You're playing mind games. I'm doing it all by myself. No, he's doing things first. You have to defend yourself. I think as women, we tend to do things differently from men. So they're over there quiet, but they're doing so much work behind the scenes, even more than us.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, Kel wasn't quiet at first. Kel actually had a diss song. He had a diss track.
He did a diss song? Wait a minute.
Yes, Kel did a diss track while he was doing all this stuff to me. He did a diss track. He had multiple, this is back in the day with MySpace. He had multiple MySpace accounts dissing me. His mom was on there dissing me.
Wait a minute. Not Orange Soda Mom.
Orange Soda Mom was on there talking about.
Oh my God.
You need to. I would have beat that bee with a bat, and because I took my kids away from her because Kel stole the kids away from me, and so she felt a certain kind of way about it. I don't even know why she would even feel a certain kind of way about it, because how dare you try to take somebody else's kids?
Exactly. And it's so crazy. So he did diss track. He denied we were even together. I had so much at the girl. That's why I was like, wait, he did this. The one I had, he was not that talented to even try that. He just we were never together. Okay, I'm like, what's this? And finally he ran off YouTube, and that's why he's on the TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's trying to start all over again. And then told me to come to TikTok. I'm like, oh my God, you're crazy.
Wow. This is what they do. It's scary and it's unfortunate. And unless you actually have been in a relationship with one, I can see how it's difficult to understand. But when, with all the craziness that I've been through with this man, and I realized that it's just never going to go away until I actually just put him on blast. Like, this just what I have to do. I just have to complete. It's so sad and it's so unfortunate that he would be willing to risk everything.
No, they don't care. They'll risk everything.
They don't care. But like, I'm done with it. The man will spend, every single penny that he has before I get any of it. And like, my family has worked way too hard. My grandparents, like, this money wasn't just my money that I spent on this case. This was years, at least 2 or 3 generations of money that is spent, and Kel, shucking and jiving,
Oh, he shucks and jive.
Shucking and jiving and falling on the floor. Like, this is different kind of money. This is, these are people that have worked their entire lives. My great aunts who, the majority of the money that I had, they were sterilized by a white German doctor in Los Angeles.
Oh my God.
When they were 17 years old. So they never got to have children. I have 6 aunts and they all became scientists and worked at Boeing, and they saved every single dime and they purchased property. So like, these are like my family money that was saved, that was, is supposed to be for my children. And I spent it trying to defend this lawsuit. And
I don't blame you. You have to go all and out. When it comes to narcissistic males, they're very different. You have to put your all.
Yeah, I honestly wish I would have done this. I just wish I never would have let up. I wish I just, like, there's sometimes I'm like, gosh darn it, I gave him so many chances and so many times to make it right.
So many, I believe that.
So many chances every second. Okay, I promise you, I'll start paying you back. Okay, I promise. And now it's like, I guess he thinks like he doesn't have to pay. This man went to bankruptcy court in Northern California, 6 hours away. Did not tell me that he was going into bankruptcy court to bankrupt his child support and spousal support obligations.
To avoid it. That's sick.
To avoid it.
And those are his kids.
To avoid it, yeah. And then told the court, I got money. He paid me. And this is the thing. The courts are so silly, and that's why I'm also fighting against the courts, because the courts are letting this happen without a check, without a payment. This man stopped his child support. He went into court and stopped his child support while the kids were 9 and 13. So he won't even pay child support for 7 years. Like, this is only 7 years.
That's a long time.
Wow. And you get child support stopped at 9 and 13.
That's sick.
I'm like, how do you do that? So I'm like, you know what, since you want to go ahead and argue with me and you want to continue and you want to complain about these 7 years of child support, well, then that means I go back into court and I get rid of the judge who stopped the child support and spousal support order, because I don't even know why she did it. Oh, because
that's what I'm saying. I think it's a bunch of his fans. Like, you heard that Amber and the what's his name, who played the pirate?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I thought about it more and more. I think, so if you listen to the case, they both were on some type of drugs. They both were drinking. But what helped him is he has a fan base. Yeah, I think she was nervous on that chair or whatever. I don't know what happened. But people automatically were siding with him regardless. Day one. Even if she's lying or not, they're going to side with him immediately because there's a fan base. Kel, a lot of people grew up with him. So even though you're telling the truth, they're going to try to silence you. That's why a lot of people, she's jealous, she's this, she's that, because they're thinking about their childhood too. That's Kel.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. Well, that's the thing. It's like, I guess, well, just for me, just my own thing. I don't care who believes me, who doesn't believe me.
I believe you.
Yeah, like, thank you. But it's like, regardless of whoever believes me or who doesn't believe me, it's just like, these things are happening and it's going to go on. And, the opinions of those people don't matter. I just need my money. I'm just going to keep on saying it, because the more proof that I give, the more inconsistencies that Kel gives. I've got multiple videos of Kel. Like, I have 20 years of history. That's what I'm saying. It's so dumb, because Kel's out here saying things like, I paid this and I did this. And it's like, you didn't. You're just lying. And I've got proof.
I believe that.
It's like,
and even with proof, there are people want to silence you, because I looked on TikTok. Oh, she needs to stop. No one been in your shoes unless they've been with a narcissist. Number one. Number two, he does need to support his family. Okay.
Right, yeah. Well, to me, it's like, it's one thing to say that, to support them. That's one thing, right? But then it's not necessarily, to me, about the support. It's just that you are trying to do everything possible to make me go broke. So you're not giving any support. You're not doing what you're supposed to do there. But then you're costing me money.
Yeah, and that's what narcissists
if
do. They
Kel would
always
have just
go into
gone
your
away
wallet
and never
somehow. I
paid
don't
me
know
a
how.
dime, but he never sold the house, I wouldn't even be here right now.
But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
what they
so
do.
sad.
Like he cleared out every single one of my accounts. It is. He cleared out every single one of my accounts, refused to pay for his kids, everything. My kids should have multi-million dollars in their accounts. He cleared out their accounts. He makes my kids beg for anything. And recently he told the courts he gave each of them like $500,000. Like, how do you give kids $500,000? And then I don't know. I guess
I'm
he knows
silent
that I'm
trying
more
to
than
figure it
likely
out.
I wouldn't have my kids go to court. Yeah, I wouldn't even have my kids go to court because number one, child support needs to be paid to me directly. So anything that he gave to the kids doesn't count as child support.
Exactly.
Anyway, it does not count. Don't count as you hand money to the kids. That's what you did. You handed money to the kids, but that's not your child support, nor would it ever go to child support because, I'm obviously the mother. I take care of all their expenses. So yeah, he's trying to use that, just anything he can use to get back into court to try to say that he paid me and without any kind of documentation. And I'm just tired of it. It's gone on too long. And, it's just
I'm
dumb.
glad you spoke out. I'm glad you spoke up because, people want women to shut up. And there's other women who want women to shut up. Okay.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. They really do. Which is sad to me. To me, that is sad.
It is. That's why I'm like, I don't know about the sisterhood thing anymore. But yeah.
No, we don't seem to have a sister. I can't even tell you how many women are like trying to, I don't know. I feel like they're just the pick-me's or the, I don't know. Maybe
there are
just,
all types of pick-me. I don't know what you want to call them, but they're looking for Scooby snacks. Like there's one woman on TikTok came to me. I defend men. I said, oh, okay. I defend men to tell them they need to do better. Okay, We're defending them in different ways. And she got mad. Like, I hope they're defending you offline, ma'am. Okay, I'm really hoping so.
Right. Exactly.
So I want to play this video of Cynthia G and want your response to it. We can pause in between. Okay. And because I know we both are busy and we won't stay too long. But thanks. So here we go.
Okay.
And I'm white.
You are white.
Yes.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and talk about.
Can you hear it good?
I can.
Okay.
You say you can't?
I can. Yeah.
Kel Mitchell, his preference, ex-wife, and Nick Cannon. Look, let me just skip the pleasantries and tell y'all while I'm here right now, and then we'll get into the rest later. Basically, Kel Mitchell's preference of a wife came out to expose Nick Cannon. And she came out to expose Nick Cannon for something that we already know. We've done content on this channel about Nick Cannon. If it's not in reference to him creating his millionth child with the 60th woman that he's with, then we're probably talking about Nick Cannon dressing up, engaging in feminine behavior, or acting in a manner that's consistent with what this woman is trying to expose, which is behavior that will let us know he has an addiction to boys.
$1,200.
What do you think so far? It's an ad, of course.
Oh, okay. I just think that she's crazy, that she's reaching because
reaching
$5,000.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
And this one is like $3,000.
She's obviously reaching.
This
for
is
some
not
kind of like explanation to something. And number one, my video, all I said was that he had on my cheerleading outfit and he was on the bed with Kel. Now, how you take that is how you take that, but I never said anything about anybody being gay. I never said anything about anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, he had on my cheerleading uniform and was on the bed, but these are two people that do sketch comedy. So just like back in the day, I wouldn't have automatically gone to, oh my gosh, they're gay. Now, if Kel was a doctor or something and his homeboy was at the house and his homeboy was basketball player and he got on my cheerleading outfit, I'd be a little more concerned. But these are two sketch comedian artists, so I didn't even.
Yeah, I just heard your recent TikTok video, and it did sound like you were not implying that,
Never. I didn't imply that. It was just, a thought that I had in my brain, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking this right now, and I just posted it, and it went viral, and I honestly didn't even think or want it to go viral like that, but it was too late.
Oh yeah, a lot of the on YouTube, so many of them. they are implying that he might be. This is not the only one, but there's others that are implying that Kel could be.
Oh yeah, I mean Kel's very metrosexual. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I think
Oh,
I'm
not that. I mean, like
oh,
the other
gay.
part. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, look. Hey, Nick's response to me made me question the whole thing even more now. Like, what the heck? To me, Nick's response when he's talking about, okay, number one, if you don't like that, you believe that what I'm saying is something that has to do with your sexuality, then why would you respond with something that basically goes with what you're saying you're not? Like, I don't know. I didn't really appreciate his response. I thought his response was very weird. And actually now I'm like, what was going on? I am, thinking about it like, well, dang, did I really miss like that much? Like, was I that naive? I mean, I was 18, but like,
I mean, I wouldn't say you were naive. It's just when a person has a narcissistic trait, they're on a different level. And then over time, you learn how to defend yourself and what you need to do because that's not a typical person. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, when after it happened, and I asked Kel about it, he was like, yeah, Nick was just, cheering me up. And, so I didn't take it. I'm like, oh, well, hey, I personally don't think men dressing up in costume or dressing up as women is funny. I honestly don't even like when men dress up in drag. I think it's to me, I feel like I'm offended by it. I don't know if there's any other women out here, but I get offended when men dress in drag for the most part.
Well, usually it's a way to pick fun at us.
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's blackface, but for women. Like
it pretty much is. That's what I feel too.
I feel like that, and I've never liked it, and I don't like it, and I feel like there's a lot of undertones, especially when you have white producers that are making young black men do this, and I feel that it's emasculating. And one of the things when Kel was actually on the show and with Nick, with all that, when we had gotten married.
Oh yeah, I remember.
When we had gotten married, I told Kel we had our son, and I'm like, I think that's weird. I don't want your son to see you dress up as a woman. So Kel told the show that he wasn't going to dress up as a woman anymore. And who took over that role? Nick. Nick was like, I'll do it.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah,
so Kel was like, no, because I remember that.
Yeah, Kel stopped dressing up as a woman while we were married, and he was doing the show, and he just was like, no. And I was so happy that he actually stood for that. And then Nick was like, yeah, no, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it. So I'm like,
so it's the white executives. It's not like black men all the time. I know Tyler Perry, he did dress up on his own. That was his thing. But on all that, it was white producers approaching the young black boys, telling them to. I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, it was white producers. They never wrote themselves dressed up as women. The white producers thought it was the funniest thing. A lot of the producers were pedophiles, and it rubbed me all the way the wrong way. It rubbed me the whole wrong way.
And I'm glad you say that because some people paint that all white guys are innocent and perfect in every way, and this was actually their idea on all that because they did own the show.
They own the show. They told they would write different scripts where they would be dressed up as women. Now, to me, it was different when they were dressed up as like an older lady. I felt like that was a little bit different because they're like, but when they're putting the full stockings on, the eyelashes.
I mean, do they approach the parents first about this?
Full makeup? No.
They just go straight to the children.
They go straight to the kids. They tell the kids, this is the scene. You're supposed to be this person, and this is what's happening. I feel like the LaTanya thing was just basically they just stole from Martin's character.
Yeah, I think so. Like ever since Martin with Shanae, it's like all that was like a younger version comedy of that. Some parts of it.
Exactly.
Like copy from that formula.
Yeah, exactly. And I still, I just think it's weird, and I don't like it. Yeah, me personally. But some people think it's funny. I didn't see a need for it because they were already funny enough. The dressing up as a woman was like, why would you need to do that too? It's like, you're already funny. And they already had women on the show,
already women. Hi, Gigi. Yeah, they already got women on the show.
Right.
So it is weird.
Yeah. What was the point? You already have women on the show. So usually, when men would be dressing up as women or women dressing up as men, it was usually because there was nobody in the cast that could play that character. or there was, nobody that was in there. Like I played male characters before, like in a stage, but that's because there were no, I was the best for the part, and but there was nobody else that they thought that was, there. But all that
Right.
sketch,
And
they had
Tyler
all
Perry was
sorts
not
of
going
women.
to play Medea. Tyler Perry was not going to play Medea. It was just the woman didn't show up, so
There
he
you go.
took
See?
over.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens, but not just arbitrarily, not writing it in. And I just lied. So
I mean,
yeah,
how did the parents feel seeing their sons? I don't know if you know the answer to this. Like seeing their sons cross dressed, like they didn't care too much, or
well, no, I mean, Kel's parents thought it was funny. They just
oh,
thought that
okay,
was part of it. Yeah, they thought it was hilarious and thought it was funny.
okay.
Yes, it was not funny to me at all.
Oh God, they're like, go kill, go kill.
Yeah, they thought it was hilarious. They thought it was funny. But to me, it was just like an overkill because it was like they were putting stockings on them. They had like full hair and makeup. Like
Yeah, I remember. Look, I
the
watched
whole
almost
thing.
every episode. Yes.
Yeah,
Stalking.
that's overkill. Now you put on a dress or something, but gosh darn, you're gonna put on a whole full makeup, nails, stockings, heels, like lipstick. Like that's just overboard.
It is. I'm gonna keep playing a little bit more.
Okay.
To make fun of anybody who chooses whatever lifestyle that they want to choose. But I want to say something about Nick Cannon, because I've said this about Black men in general. Number one, we already know that in general, Black men don't really possess a lot of masculinity, nor do they exude manhood. We're seeing a lot of Black men wearing dresses and skirts that they're trying to say are kilts and trying to bring masculinity to it, when even though if it was a kilt, that's not your culture. So why would you be trying to take garments from another person's culture and then try to attach masculinity to it so that you can somehow deflect from the fact that you're a sugar booty queen dressed up in a dress accordingly?
Okay, what are your thoughts so far on that? I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think that I don't even know what she's talking about. Like, I just think that this person has a huge following, or is this?
oh yeah, very huge following.
Wow, yeah, I just don't like anything that she's saying about Black men. My dad is very masculine. I have 14 uncles. They're all
14
very
uncles?
masculine. I have my grandfather. I've never seen anybody that was. I've never seen a Black man that was not masculine, besides the ones that are in Hollywood. So
Okay.
and even then, I feel like there were some very strong Black masculine men in Hollywood. But like, well, I mean, I don't even understand her point, because it seems like she's trying to say all men. And it's like, what are you talking about? What all men? Are you talking about these men who are with like basketball players and they're deciding to wear kilts and they're deciding to do all this stuff? And then the other thing is that every single culture is our culture. Like, we're the first people on the planet. So
yeah, they do say that Black people were the first. They do say that all races came from us. I mean, they do say that. So
right. So it's like you don't, when people start saying something about what Black people shouldn't be doing about somebody's culture, especially kilts, like, we're the first Irish. We're the first of every single culture. So as far as anybody gatekeeping what somebody can wear based on a race, which is, number one, race is nothing really. And race is, if you believe in race, then you believe in white supremacy, because race.
White supremacy technically created race because people went by country or location. And we're all human at the end of the day. I say the same thing, but I just follow along with the whole race thing.
Yeah, I mean, race is, if you believe in race, then you believe in white supremacy, because every single person on this planet is a person of color, period. And just white people are just very light in color, but that's why we're called humans, because we're all different hues. So I don't know. Is this person is she a Black person that's doing this, or what is she?
She is a Black woman. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't like any of it. I don't know. It's shocking to me that people like this have followers, and I'm concerned, like, to be taught, like, does she have children? Does she have Black male children? Like, anybody to me who goes out here making blanket statements and blanket comments like she knows what she's talking about, she just sounds ridiculous to me.
Well, I kind of know where she's coming from with the whole, because, like, for example, my dad is not like the Black males on the internet, because these are real. For example, my dad never cared if I wore my natural hair, fake hair, And there's a lot of black males who will be very concerned what you do with your body, if you get surgery, if you wear fake hair, if you wear makeup, but they're very silent when it's non-black women. So I feel like she's addressing those types who act very feminine. Because to me, I like men. I speak for myself.
Yeah.
I like the real men. I don't want a man who's involved in my hair and nails, but
They
silent.
shouldn't be. There shouldn't even be
So that's
discussions
why I
of
feel like
it.
she's addressing those types, not
Uh,
all, because she had her preference is black men. She has said that. So
okay.
I think but not the because my dad, he don't care what I do with my hair.
No, nobody.
That's what
My
I'm-
dad, my dad is like that too. Like he won't. Why would he care? My dad is like, as long whatever looks good to you, like he stays out of women's
That's
stuff.
what I'm used to
period.
too.
Yeah, I'm used to that too. You don't even talk about women's stuff, about what they have
You don't
on,
care.
what they put on. No, why would they? That's like what a woman wants to do. Like you shouldn't even be concerned with that. That shouldn't be your concern as a man. That's where I'm with that on that one. So yeah, no.
And since you're up here, I said, why don't we? I was thinking about it. We can do it right now if you want to, the whole Kobe Bryant thing in one video.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense because I know our schedules are kind of special and
They
our time
are.
zones are different. And
They
I'm like,
are.
why not now? Okay.
Why not?
So there are people, there's a lady named Crystal Swirls. She was celebrating his death, reenacting the helicopter or something. She was really excited. You would think she won the lottery.
Wow.
And he never, it was kind of gross. I'm not going to lie. And he never put down black women. I understand, okay, he attacked black women, but he never did any of that. I could never find anything on that. But she was just happy, and she has a following too. And they're celebrating. They said that's karma. If a black man dates out, but he's not putting us down, I don't see a problem with that. So,
right. Well, the thing is, when I met Kobe Bryant, Kobe was specifically looking for black women to marry. Like that was his Kobe Bryant's entire goal. He was looking for a black woman to marry. The problem was that many black women were afraid to get married so young at 18. Like, that was kind of like very shocking. And a lot of moms would be like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Because who wants to think of that? Who wants to think about getting married? And I mean, like, he was very intentional and he was very specific. And also too, a lot of people are not like that as young as 18.
Right. I wasn't like that either. I had several proposals in my early 20s, and I'm like, I don't know why. I just was like, no. So I believe that.
So Kobe Bryant had. I'm positive he was talking with Brandy. He had talked to me, Maya Campbell. He had talked to myself. And he was very serious. And Kobe Bryant was very serious about who he wanted to be with. And I had gone out with him several times, and he was just like, well, let's just get married. And I'm just like, I was very scared. I'm like, wait. And my friends kind of were like, don't do that. He's a basketball player. He's going to cheat on you. I'm sure my friends wanted Kobe Bryant for themselves.
That's what fake friends do. They'll direct you that way when you should have went the other way. But
Yep, that's so I listened to my silly friends, and Kobe Bryant was like, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, no, I'm not ready to get married yet. Like, I'm just not ready. I don't think I'm ready to get married.
Wow, you could have been his wife. That is wild.
Yeah, and then next week, and like 2 days later, he told me he met his wife. He met somebody, and she's like, yeah, she's down. And he proposed to her, and he asked me like, what kind of ring should I get? Yeah, and he proposed to her, and he married her.
Yeah.
So,
you see that? There are black guys like that. There's one on TikTok. He's a Haitian American guy. He said he wants a black wife. He's only in his very early 20s, and he's like, he want to get married today.
Yeah, I mean, Kobe. I mean, I can't. Kobe. Everything that Kobe Bryant told me, he did. Everything that he said, he was that focused. He's like, this is what I want. That's what I want to do. And honestly, he and I had much better chemistry than Kel and I. And I could have honestly seen myself much like when I, in hindsight, I got married to Kel like 4 months later after that.
What?
Yeah. So it was like,
I'm just smiling like, wait a minute.
I know. I'm like, I could have done that. I just was scared because he was so upfront with it, and he was so intense about it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But I got married to Kel 4 months after that because I'm like, hey, Kobe Bryant did it. Maybe it will work. My grandparents got married young.
True. People get married young, especially back then. That's very true.
Yeah, my grandparents got married at like 16 and 17, and Kel's family had gotten married at 16, 17, I think, or somewhere in there. So, you know, we thought, hey, it works for them. But yeah, Kobe Bryant always wanted to get married to a Black woman. He always had much love and respect for Black women. And
thank you for saying that.
Yeah. She was just honestly just random, completely random. Let's just say that. But you know, he made it work, and he you know, he proposed to her, and I think that, you know, they made it work. As long as they were together, they made it work.
See, and I'm glad you said that, because I mean, like, I get it. If a Black guy, you know, that it was a Nigerian man, right? And he was stabbed to death by his white girlfriend, who had on her profile, she has a preference for wealthy Black men, not Black men, but wealthy, right?
Okay.
And they found tweets on him putting down Black women, calling us pretty much ugly, everything. So I get that. I kind of get that. But Kobe, I could never find any hateful stuff.
No, Kobe wanted to have a Black woman. It was just that, like I said, Kobe was actively looking for a Black woman. Before he and I started dating, he was dating Brandy, and like her family just was not having it.
Brandy's family was no about it? Okay, so
yeah,
okay.
no, yeah, they were just like, she's too young to get married, and
Wow.
that's what he told me. He's like, her mom was like, no, she's too young to get married. She's like in the middle of her career, like, you know, she's too young. And so yeah, he was actively dating. I mean, he was actively trying to date a lot of Black women, and everybody was just kind of saying no. But yeah.
Man, I mean, you should have seen it, like the celebrate. Yeah, Thickness. See, we learned something new. She's like, oh, okay, wow, yeah, we learned something new here, because to celebrate his death, and he died with his daughter. Yeah, I know that was terrifying.
Oh, it had to be terrible. Yeah, like that's insane to me. And you know, but that's just how this industry kind of works. Like, people don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. They just see the ending. So they just see Kobe Bryant marrying a person that's, you know, not a Black woman, not melanated, and they just automatically assume then he likes that. But was not the case. I'd never seen Kobe Bryant go after anybody that was non-melanated, honestly. So that to me was first, you know.
So he couldn't get a Black woman, so he got another type of minority woman.
Well, I don't think that he couldn't get a Black woman. I just think that it was just timing. It was just the timing. Like, so he could have got a random Black woman, you know. He could have met somebody else at that party and got her, but I think he met her at the party, and she was like, yeah, immediately. Like, this is what he told me. He was like, he talked to her. He told her that he wanted to get married. He was going to be the best basketball player, whatever. And her family, everybody was all about it. They were like, okay. So, wow. You know, it's like, what do you do?
What do you say about because I heard people say that she actually ignored him and he was chasing her for months, and finally she said yes. Is that true?
I don't. That's not from what I remember. I remember he met her at the party. He told me he was going to propose to her. Like, it was very quickly. Like, I don't remember any about chasing. I don't remember any chasing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard she was very mean and not respectful to his parents. Who knows?
Well, you know, I will say that in some other cultures, especially cultures that are Hispanic, my son had a Hispanic girlfriend, and she was very rude, and she would not talk to me.
Damn.
Yeah, she was rude, and I speak Spanish, and she was rude as can be, and her family was rude, and sometimes I think that sometimes Hispanic women will date Black men just to piss off their parents. And I think that's the kind of attitude that they have. But I think that could have been possibly what was going on with Kobe Bryant and his wife, because I think that her family might not have liked Kobe. And then Kobe was trying to, from what I understood, because I did hear some things that Kobe was trying to, you know, just appease, because that's her mother. You know how
well, yeah, I heard that she actually put her mother out after his death.
Yeah, she did, because I don't think they really accepted Kobe as like a person, because he was Black. You know, I think so. That's just so I think I feel like maybe her mom, you know, after his death was just she's probably tired of, you know, she probably had a whole different perspective once Kobe Bryant was taking care of her, making sure she was straight. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I bet she loved him a little bit more. Like,
I'm
okay, he got
sure she loved
money, so he's taking care of us. You know,
I'm sure she loved that man. I'm sure she did. I'm sure she loved him. You know, like he spoke 5 languages. Kobe was a perfect catch.
Very intelligent. I did some research. I'm not into sports like that, but I did a little looking, and his parents raised him really good.
Yeah.
Extremely well.
Yes, and he didn't even go to regular school too, so he was a lot more mature than a lot of kids that went to, you know, like, so he didn't have a high school experience. He's been playing basketball his entire life, like similar to like a Kobe Bryant, where, you know, they weren't in regular school, so he was always in adult situations. He had a whole different perspective on life and everything, and that was exciting to me. That was like, he's really great. I feel so bad, and it's just so
I'm
sad.
glad you cleared that up, because I mean, it was a whole live stream by this woman named Crystal Swirls, and she had her subscribers were celebrating. They were excited, and I'm like, and she's crazy.
Sad. That's sad. I just feel bad, and that's just really sad, and that's sad. But yeah, that's sad, and I don't even understand this whole new thing that people are doing, where they just are deciding to just talk about and just say anything that they want to say, not trying to, you know,
without the facts you're saying, right?
Yeah, or not even like that. Yeah, like not like, you're not supposed to just report. You can't just go around saying, like, even this woman, like, I definitely want to get, you know, the rest of this video or whatever else she's talking about, because I'm just so sick of it, and you can't do that.
Like, I was gonna find another one too. They're
all please, yeah, no, like send me them, because you know.
Oh, you want me to send them? Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting my defamation. My defamation, you know, because Tasha K just got sued for like $3 million, so I gotta get Cardi B's attorney. Like, forget it.
Wait, you literally know Cardi B's attorney, or how to find that person?
Yeah, so I already found him. I found Cardi B's attorney on Friday. And so I'm going to be calling there on Monday, because this person is an Impressive TV who basically just told her entire $1 million audience that I was lying, that, you know.
On Impressive TV, you said? Oh, Impressive. Oh, I heard of that channel.
Impressive TV. She did her spew on it, and she took Kel's response, and she decided to elaborate on that, and was like, I don't believe her, she's lying. Obviously Kel has seen the kids more than 10 years, which is not true. I said Kel missed out of 10 years of his children's life. Now, that doesn't mean that he didn't see them for, you know, one day. Maybe in 2010 he might have saw them for a day or two, but I'm talking about in total, he missed out of 10 years of his kid's life. Now, you cannot discredit what I'm saying by a picture on Instagram, or by what Kel's saying, especially if the court has already determined that he has missed out on 10 years of their lives. You don't just get to decide that I'm lying when the courts have already decided that, no, he has missed out on 10 years of his children's life. You know, so. And even in 2013, when he stopped the child support, like, who does that? He stopped his own child support and did not see his kids. So basically, he just gave up. I'd be like, I'm not going to pay child support.
I can never do that to any kids.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay child support. I'm going to stop the child support that I wasn't even paying, and I'm not going to see the kids. So it's like, this woman gets on Impressive TV and is like, I don't believe her. She's lying. I believe Kel. I'm the one that's bitter. I'm making him, you know, feel like I'm chasing after him. Oh, you got to see the interview. She was like, I'm chasing after him. I'm making his life miserable. And it's like, what? No.
Wow. Well, I want to play a different video for you. I don't know if you heard this channel. Well, you went viral. You went everywhere. Okay.
Okay.
On the YouTube. So I'm waiting for this ad to play. It's called Nick Cannon Was on Top of Him, Zesty Style. Kel Mitchell was under the DL covers when wife busted in. So.
Oh my gosh. They're really going too far. Going so far with it.
I mean, the titles are creative. You got.
They are creative. They are creative.
I'm going to use the word zesty now sometimes.
Yes. Spicy, zesty.
Let me find it. Okay.
All right.
So I'm just refreshing the page.
Okay.
I'm going to do screen share. Okay, they got you playing up here, so let me do screen share.
Okay. Now I can't tell if anybody, like, are people asking questions. I do see a couple of things pop up, but
Oh yeah, I just had them flash on the screen. Of course, you had haters
Oh,
saying you were lying earlier.
oh, was it? Oh, okay, yeah.
You know
They
the
don't-
typical. You're used to that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't care what people say, but yeah, it's so funny to me because people are like, I'm lying. Okay, well, I seem to be the only one that has actual proof that of what I'm saying, but okay, people
Will you
believe.
see the screen though?
I do. I see it. I see it.
Okay.
And Nick,
Oh my gosh! But I just myself
like
on my
this.
live.
Okay, Nick is standing on the bed like this. Okay, standing on the bed. All right. Now, Kel. I'm gonna be Kel right now. Kel is on the bed under the covers, but like this, under the covers. I don't know. Let's see. Like Kel's under the covers on the bed like this. Okay, like this way. Nick is standing, on the bed. Let me be Nick. I didn't come off to me as gay. I didn't think about it. But now that I'm older, definitely very questionable. Definitely very questionable.
Okay, Nick Cannon squeezed his behind his butt in her panties. Okay, they were her panties, her skirts, and the shirts, and he squeezed his big ass up in them to do a cheer in front of her man. Now, what they really was doing, they was really doing a do. She busted in on him. And so Nick Cannon, he tried to play it off like he was doing a cheer, but he was cheering for the dick. Okay. And that's why her man was behind under the covers.
It could be that the last
you know
two.
what I'm saying?
So.
He was
cheering for
naked.
the dick.
I'm sure he had to hurry up and put them drawers on or put something on.
Nothing wrong with cheering for the dick now.
Now, what was you grown men doing in the bedroom in the first place? They don't got a man.
Usually bras fit
Me and
small.
these dang ads. Okay, so what did you think on that so far? Let me mute that.
Well, you know what? I got to give it up to her because
Chested women like this. Yapping.
One of the reasons why I think I didn't
you go to they got.
I didn't tell my mom or anything this story. I didn't tell. I told my friends. I told my sister. I told some close family members. But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit skeptical of telling my mom or my dad about this because I figured that more people would be like, there must be something going on with that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But once again, my parents don't know sketch comedy. They've never seen besides. And actually, at this time, so my parents never really watched, never really cared about what Kel was doing or like what they weren't into. My parents were working, they were having a business. So they never liked the fact that Kel put on clothes like that, but they didn't even know. I'm sure they didn't know that it was something that he did a lot on the show or they did a lot.
Right. Oh, they didn't watch it like that.
They didn't watch it like that. So it's like, yeah, I mean, that's probably why I didn't tell my grandmother or tell older people because I think that that's what they would assume. So, but like I said, I have no idea. I don't know. And when Kel told me the story, he just said he was cheering him up, but I was more concerned with my dang cheerleading outfit because my parents had spent so much money on it at the time. But yeah, now that I'm thinking, it's just very strange. But a lot of stuff that they did was kind of strange. So I can't.
I bet. I'm going to play a few more of this and then I'm going to exit out of it.
Okay.
Got money. But we already know what they was going on. And I don't know why she telling a story like this. You know what I'm saying? She all smiles and giggles and shit. This is not a smile and giggle type of story. Especially this young man. And he up here doing this and allow another man.
Okay, people don't understand when you deal with a narcissist, you have to pull into humor. Because what else are you gonna do? You have to laugh, you have to smile, you can't be crying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't thinking all that deep into it. Like I said, Kel was my first everything, my first boyfriend. That was my first entire relationship. So, I just trusted it. I just trusted the fact that and also too, I will say this. So this was back in the day where, like if someone was gay, they were just gay all the time, right? Like they had boyfriends.
Right.
if a woman was gay, she had girlfriends. That's just, you know. So the bisexual thing, I didn't know. I didn't even think about it.
I think, in my opinion, I think a lot of guys are bisexual. They just may not entertain that side. Some guys are like that. It's hard to tell. It depends.
Yeah,
Some guys are actually straight, but they sound gay.
right.
Yeah,
So
those types.
I knew that Kel was different, and I knew that Nick was, you know, Nick to me was a little bit more masculine than Kel, I guess, in different ways. But I knew that Kel was more feminine. But I just thought, hey, he's just a feminine guy. There's a lot of feminine men in that industry that like women. But I guess back in the day, I never thought that they would also like men. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I just wouldn't even think that. Like, until our marriage continued on, and there were some other things that had happened that made me skeptical about it. And that's made me skeptical. But yeah, no. And I don't even know. I feel so weird. I got some things I want to say, but I'm just going to stay away from saying it right now.
You don't want to say it? Is it that good or something?
You know what? It's just like, I don't know. Like I'm trying to just because, you know, you don't want to ever burn down too many bridges. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to burn.
Right.
And so, like, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like, I don't know why Nick responded like how he responded. I feel like he just made everything worse. Like,
sometimes guys can make things worse, and all they had to do is leave it alone or say something different.
I would have thought his response would have been like, "Oh, we were doing a skit or something." But the fact that he's
that's all you had to do.
We were sticking stuff up our butts. Like, now you're like, you know, like confirming some like craziness, and I'm like, did I miss all of that? Like, it's really kind of freaking me out a little bit. So I'm like, dang,
he having all these kids. I think he's in the mood of he's just carefree about wherever. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but like, okay, so to me, it's like either then why even respond? Like, if you're gonna respond to something insinuating that that's what you and Kel were doing, and it's kind of like, to me, it's like he responded like as both of them. Like that made me kind of feel weird too. Like how
they might have talked on the phone before you responded. Anything's possible.
Yeah, that's true too. But okay, but like to be like like, I don't know. Like, yeah, like now you should speak for yourself, right? Like, I'm speaking I'm talking about what I saw. I can't say what they, you know, I'm saying this is what I saw, this is what they did, but I'm not going to be like anything because, you know, I'm walking into a room, I'm seeing this, but now you're basically telling me that you and Kel were doing something and you were doing it together and it was like, if this was a woman telling me a story and she's talking about my ex-husband, like, oh yeah, like an hour, I'll be like, dang, like what was happening then? Like, what was really going on? Because that feels like very comfortable for you to say.
Exactly.
You know,
I'm gonna play a few more minutes of this and then I'm gonna cut it out.
Okay.
But this is Gossip Girl XOXO.
To put on your panties. First of all, he should have been like, nah, you're not gonna put on my girl panties, my wife panties. You know, we're going to take your ass to Walmart, pick some Fruit of the Room panties for your ass. You know what I'm saying? Get some that fit. Yeah, he was going up in that girl's closet.
Hilarious.
Putting on her heels, her wigs, makeup, eyelashes for Kel. Yeah, girl.
Yeah,
I'm going to let her tell it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start this shit from the beginning. Check this out.
She is. Nick is like, something, whoosh, got hot to go, whoosh, got. Kel was cheating. Or who's that girl? She was like, boom, wow. Okay, so Kel was cheating, and I have what I call intuition, or I don't know. I can see things and know things that are happening that other people don't know about. Anyway, so I contacted.
On June.
Me and these ads. I had enough of these ads. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep on using pictures like I'm crazy. Like, stop using these crazy looking pictures of me.
Or zooming in your face like that.
You're really trying to make me out here looking like I'm crazy, which is what they do to people who speak out, who say anything.
Oh God, my reputation is crazy. It's already been done. He accomplished that. My narcissist already did that.
Yeah, it's all right. But you know, you could keep on is all these people have to do is talk about conversation, but they don't ever have proof of anything. And believe me, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep on saying this, that you guys are just, as you know, just watch, because I'm just, from now on, I'm just gonna record everything and everything that I'm doing. And when Kel gets served, when he gets kicked out of his house, when he, bank accounts get taken, I take over his accounts. Like, I'm just gonna record all of it because I'm just
awesome.
And I don't think anybody else should do this. So, unfortunately, just it's enough for me. I have had it. It's over.
I know it's like you've been through a lot, and I'm glad that TikTok allowed you to have a voice, because I think without certain social media, you wouldn't be able to hear people like me, you, and others at all.
He's just been ignoring, and he's been able to get away with it, and he's been able to just live his life, and like he's just gonna move forward and do whatever the hell he wants to do. And no, like, I'm done. And so now he's gonna see an entire different me, because I have had it. Anytime you corner a dog, they're like attacking. For some people, it looks like I'm attacking him, but no, I'm just done.
That's what people looked at me like. I was just one-sided. They're like, "Oh, you're playing mind games like all by myself." I played.
Right.
I had to defend myself, and I'd play mind games right back at him. That's what he does with me.
Exactly.
So, but go ahead, I'm listening.
I had to send a text really quick, so I don't know. Can you still see me if I send a text?
Oh no, you're fine. It's a black screen.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, they always paint us women as the crazy ones. And then people, and now, like I said, there's females who will side with these males secretly, or they want you to shut up or think you got a problem because they don't see all the things they're doing, and you don't share all the things they're doing because it's tiresome to share every single little thing.
Right. Yeah. I think some people think that, like, I'm coming out of nowhere, but I've been on this crusade with Kel, and I've been trying to do this with just the right way, just going through court. Number one. Number two, there wasn't even social media besides MySpace and stuff back then. And Kel had already just tried to say all these things. Kel ruined my reputation so terribly, and his own children's reputation, that I had to change their name and send them to an entirely different school. So once I realized the impact of what Kel was doing, I changed my name. I changed my children's names. I sent them to an entire different school, just so that we wouldn't even have anything to do with that. So I was like, you know what?
Peace.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Kel's doing all this stuff while the kids are younger and they're at school. Google was just coming out. These kids are Googling the Kel, and he's talking all this trash about me, and he's not seeing his kids, and his dad is on a kid TV show. And that was just so heartbreaking for them. They'd be like, "Oh,
just imagine seeing your dad on TV and he doesn't want to be bothered like that."
Right. Like, you're abusing the kids, and then you're talking crap about their mom, and you're not even trying to pick them up. You're not even trying to see them. You took all their money. My son now works 3 jobs. And you're constantly going back and forth to court instead of paying me. You'd rather pay attorneys. Like, this is never going to end. And I guess in his brain, he thinks that, I'm just going to go away or something. No, I'm going to get all of my money.
Like, you're
I'm tired of paying attorneys. I'm not going to go away. I never told him I was going to go away. And I told him every single time from the beginning, you're going to pay me, and you're going to give me the money because this is my family's blood, sweat, and tears money. This is money that my aunts didn't even have their own children, and they couldn't because of all just racism, and like, you're not about to do that. My dad and mom worked way too hard to make sure that myself and my kids were okay, and and now we're renting a house. We're doing things that shouldn't have happened. I spent half of that house. I paid for that house. I paid for probably 80% of that house.
Wow.
So for you to have sold something that I worked my ass off for, my parents, my grandparents, and everybody saved it, and
he don't care. Don't sound he cares at all.
Not at all. No, and like, you're just gonna go buy another house. Well, that's why now I own his house, and I'm gonna have to evict him from his house. Like, I don't even care, and I'm gonna film it all because I'm done. Stop.
And you have to film it because you need proof, because people automatically they side with these guys.
They do, but I'm gonna put him all the way out there, and hopefully other men will see this, and other women will be like, yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna show them how to do it, because you don't need to take this. You don't need to just decide to go away. And people are like, well, pray to God and go away. Like, God didn't do this. Number one. Number two, it's not gonna go away. Pedophiles don't stop touching little kids until they get touched themselves. Nobody stops bullying you until you fight back. why do we have why are there wars, right? We don't have wars for not a reason, right?
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's like once somebody's like fighting back, like, oh my gosh, sit down, kumbaya. Nothing in this world has ever been gotten by just sitting on your hands and not doing anything.
And not doing, I mean, I know they like this will close your eyes and spin in a circle and then it'll just get all better. Like, really?
Yeah, never happens in life. That's not how life works. That's why we have wars. And let me tell you, anybody, from what I've understood and, you know, just anything and what I've gone through with a narcissist, or with a person that is a sociopath, like Kel was violent the whole entire thing. None of the cases, anytime that I've ever just calmed down and was quiet, it just got worse.
That's all. I mean, I was quiet for 2 months. I ignored him, everything. He came out of nowhere trolling, and I said, okay, I don't care. And then he figured out my triggers, and then it was on again. Like, here we go.
On again. Yeah, it's back on again. It's like they will continue to do this until you put an end to it. You have to be the one to stop it. And you know, it's just, you know, I don't you know, it's just, it is what it is. I'm gonna make my money regardless. I have a lot to recoup. So if that's me selling my books out, if that's me helping Kel sell his books out, so then I could take over his company, you know, whatever it is.
I'm gonna get my copy. As soon as you make your book, I'll be giving me a copy.
Oh, I definitely will. I know you need to have one too. There's too many of these crazy men running around this world.
That's what I have people email me saying, can you write a book about you? And because he has his own little following. And I was going back and forth, I'm like, no, but then I say yes. And if people want a signed copy from me, so I have customers who want to know what happened between me and him, every detail. And I had someone interested in helping me out with it. So I might need to join you for real.
Yeah, seriously. You know, Amazon right now makes it able so that you're able to basically produce and do your own book. Like
I heard rumors about that, but I'll have to look into it because someone was telling me, oh, I can help you, but I prefer Amazon. We'll talk about offline.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I just, you know, they have it so that you're able to do it all by yourself. And like your book can be out in 2 days, everything. So you don't need to wait for anybody else to do anything, you know. So
wow. Yeah, I might as well because I got too many. It's actually men, his little following from YouTube. Like, can you make the book? So me and you both need to write our narcissistic male books.
Absolutely, because you know, and I'm sure there's going to be some parallels, and it's because they all act the same. They act very similar. Everything they do is, you know, it's not. I feel like it's the same kind of like demonic kind of spirit. Honestly,
that's what I said. Maybe it's a same demon operating in each. And every one.
You know. The demon says that the best thing that they do is kill, steal, and destroy. And what else could you do if you kill and steal and destroy a family? Like that's all, you know, that's perfect. All these men that are abusive, I feel like they're the same demonic entity.
It has to be.
It's
not normal.
Not at all. Nothing about what they do or how they do it is normal at all. Nothing. And they will, like I said, they just keep at it. They're voracious. They're just going to keep going. And you know, it's just so crazy. It was so crazy to me that the impressive TV and Kel's response, and part of his response was that all of the stuff I'm doing to him, I just couldn't even. I was just like, oh my God. But I'm
so impressive TV. Was it more siding with him then? Because I didn't watch it yet.
Oh my gosh, you've got to see it. It's all siding with him, and she's like, and Kel's basically saying like, I'm bullying him, and Kel went to bankruptcy court because of the stuff I did. Like, what are we talking about? You went to bankruptcy court because you didn't want to pay child and spousal support. You went to bankruptcy court because you sold a house that belonged to me, and now you owed me money. So the only reason why you went to bankruptcy court was because of everything that you did. Nothing to do with me. It was all with what you did. But that's how these narcissists act, and that's why I can't wait to
all have the same script, girl. It don't matter if they're famous or not. It don't matter who they are.
No. And you know, women can be narcissists too. I think I
ran into one
narcissist that was worse. Women are worse sometimes than the narcissists.
That's true.
But yeah, they don't stop. They continue to keep going. They're not going to change.
I'm like, why don't narcissistic men and women just get together? Why are they? I don't get it.
They would never get together because, you know, narcissistic men only care about themselves. Narcissistic women only care about themselves. So a narcissistic man is never going to get a narcissistic woman, because he's not gonna get anywhere with that, because she's gonna be like, it's all about me. He's like, it's all, all about her. So that can't work. Narcissistic men always have to be, or narcissistic women always have to be with somebody that's non-narcissistic.
Yeah, they like the caring types. Those are the ones you can love them, you can do whatever. It's never enough for them.
Right.
Ever.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna press the site now.
You gotta see. Go to, like, I think it's go towards the end of the video.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely watch this after this live stream, because I want to just really listen to this. Okay, I'm on here now. I'm looking at the comments. Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah, you really went viral. Yeah, if you can get on Impressive TV, this channel, absolutely. Okay. Oh yeah, they're definitely siding. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of Kel fans. That's what it is. And I was a Kel fan, but then I listened to you, and I say, you know what? He just had good writers. Oh, her thing went out. Hold up. I was like, she's quiet. Okay, I'm just texting her now. Hold up. No. Sorry, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Okay. So y'all see the whole Kobe Bryant thing. So I can not have to do that tomorrow. He didn't hate black women at all. He wanted to marry a black woman, but he fell for someone else who was ready for that marriage. And narcissistic males, and I never had an experience with a narcissistic male. And here's the funny part: I said I would never get with a man from Georgia. Georgia. I want a man with hair. He's bald headed. Like, you cannot make this up, and it just. Okay, I just text you. I said it's okay because I'm gonna end it like in 20 minutes anyway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because I was like, where did she go? I'm talking. I said, oh, you're very quiet.
No, you gotta see the end of that Impressive TV. Yeah, no, she anyway, I'm about to get the same attorney because she just started taking stuff into her own hands, like I'm lying, and like, you can't say that in my case. I've already had 3 trials. The court already determined that Kel committed fraud with malicious intent against me. Kel missed 10 years of visitation. Kel stole the children. Like, everything that I'm saying has already been proven. I'm not speaking stuff that's not fact. So it's like, you can't just be like, oh, no, you're not telling the truth about that. You're just a bitter person who wants him back and he's so happy and all this. Like, no, the only reason why he even has
no one's really looking into it that well, because they're thinking about the orange soda guy, all that guy. They're not thinking that this is an actual person who pretty much was a deadbeat. Okay?
Oh yeah, complete. Not only a deadbeat, but to me, a deadbeat just walks away, and I would have been cool with that. It's everything else. It's taking me to court. It's me. You're like financially raping me, going back and forth to court about custody, and you don't even follow through. I have to go into court. My kids are screaming at school. I had the police call. DCFS was involved because of many visitations that he missed. Then he would lie and say I was, I don't know, at the school somehow. He was afraid of me doing something to me. They just make up anything. So then I have to move the visitation to the police department. And once again, what do? They don't show up. But now there was nothing he could say. Like, there was nothing at all that he could say, because what could he say? The kids are supposed to be picked up from the police department. And so once I moved the visitations to the police department and he couldn't lie and make up these stories, then all the visitations stopped. And unfortunately, this is what these men do.
They do.
I put my kids in private school, Catholic school. He took me to court. That's another $60,000, $70,000, fighting over whether or not the kids should be in Catholic school. Even though even though when he stole the kids, he put them in Catholic school, but now you're fighting me, telling me that you don't want the kid to go to Catholic school. You don't even see the kids. My kids were going to a specific dentist, a doctor. He was like, I don't agree with that doctor. I don't agree with that dentist.
Difficult on purpose. That's
what I'm saying. This is why I'm here now, because he's still doing this. Like, this is still happening. The court's like, you owe her all these millions of dollars. He goes back into court and says he doesn't, and says, I have proof, but never shows proof. And the court keeps letting him do this. And it's like, if the court's going to keep letting him do, I mean, this man has been doing the same thing for the past 15 years, back and forth to court. It's just, it is enough. And I am,
and they won't stop. That's what I mean. Like, and then guys, I mean, I was on TikTok, and there's a lot of people, men and women. Like I said, I don't really believe in sisterhood that strong. I judge women based as individuals now, because the sisterhood has stabbed me in the back multiple times on and offline. So I'm good. Look, if you text something private, they'll share it. If you share a secret that you don't want no one else to know, they'll share it when they're mad at you. Or I'm done with the sisterhood. I've been stabbed too many times. So I judge as an individual basis. So I understand what you're talking about, because the women are on TikTok with the men. Yeah, she's this and she's that, and they're just fans of him. That's all it really is.
You know, and it's sad. It's sad and it's weird at the same time, because, you know, it doesn't even matter. Do you remember Derek Jackson's wife?
I remember Derek Jackson, but not know so much about the wife. What about his wife?
Okay, well, she got on TikTok, and she was like, you know, my husband he's talking about, you know, everybody, black woman this, black woman that, but the whole entire time he'd been cheating on her with a white woman and got her pregnant, or Mexican woman, I don't know. And she gets on there, and she's just very like homely looking and everything, and they clown the heck out of her. It's like, oh my gosh, like it doesn't matter.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. It just hit. I can now remember. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, I remember that. And they blamed her. I remember that.
If she looked better, if she did this, that's to me was like, you know, it doesn't even matter what you look like. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They're gonna have a problem regardless. I could be on there because I know people are like, oh my gosh, she's just a groupie, or I'd never seen Kel's show. I never heard of Kel's show when we got together. Yes, I was in Good Burger. I did not know Kel was the star of Good Burger. I had, you know, I'd never seen Kenan and Kel. I never saw all that. It was just up and coming, and I did not watch Nickelodeon, and I barely watched TV. Just because you're an actress doesn't mean you sit at home and watch TV. I think that's one of the reasons why I would get selected at certain things, because I have a whole different perspective, and you know, so I wasn't into any of that at all, and I didn't know, even, you know, besides like major celebrities, I wouldn't have known any major like Kenan, like people on Nickelodeon or on any kids shows. No, I wouldn't have known them at that time. But you know, people have it in their own minds as to who you are, who they think you are, based on what you look like. Oh, you know,
you can look really good. Okay, you're a hoe or a thought.
Oh, I'm a groupie. I'm a like, dude, no.
Don't matter.
Yeah, Kel never made enough money. Kel never made or had more money than I ever had. Never.
See, they think he's making Denzel income. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, on paper, Kel was making $600,000, but in reality, because he did not have a person before I got there. Now, imagine me at 18 years old, like telling him, like, "Oh my gosh, you're making on paper $600,000, but $420,000 is going to all these other people." And so, you know, like. So within our first year of marriage, he went from actually taking home $140,000 to taking home $420,000. Okay. So, you know, I'm not dumb. I was never dumb. I was never there just for the money.
Math.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm a mathematician. So it's the only reason why I didn't even work while we were together was because Kel did not want me to work, and I was around Kel 24/7 because he was, you know, just jealous and thought I would be cheating on him, or I don't know. So
yeah, they're very watchful types. The narcissistic, because they cheat sometimes.
That's it. That's because they cheat all the time.
They're watchful of you.
Yeah, that's exactly why. He did not want me going anywhere. I was literally at his set all the time. And then this is what the narcissists do. Why aren't you working? Like, wait, what? You told me to quit my job. Like, why am I not working? Like, why are you all around? Like, I was so man. Dealing with the narcissist is insane. It's just,
That's why I said they all have the same playbook. I don't care if they're in Hollywood or they're in a country. I don't care where they're at. They're all the same.
terrible. Like, why aren't you working now? I'm like, why
Oh, your hand over the mic. I can't hear you too good.
Oh, sorry.
There you
Like,
go.
yeah,
That's
like,
better.
why aren't you working now? I'm like, what? Like, I felt like it feels like you're in the twilight zone. It's like, wait a second, did you not tell me you did not want me to work? And so that's why when I went to college, I was just like, forget it. Like, I have to do something else because you're basically like, well, what are you going to do when the kids go to school? Like, where am I going to work? And I didn't even have to work. Honestly, I didn't have to work like that. I had enough money saved up where I didn't have to work. And that was the point. I was planning on going to school and doing some other stuff when I turned 18. And I was planning on leaving acting alone at 18 because I had saved up enough money. I had over close to $500,000 that I had saved from acting. And so I was retiring at myself at 18. Like, I didn't even want to do the business anymore at 18 because that's when all the men come out and they're like trying to have sex with you as soon as you turn 18. So I was not looking forward to that. I was not looking forward to that at all. And
if you say no, all of a sudden you just don't get any parts pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. And women too, women producers too. I have been approached when I turned 18 by men producers, by women producers, by women directors, by men directors.
Damn.
And yeah, so you can still get roles, but you just don't get as many.
Right. You know, I heard rumors with Aaliyah, you know, rest in peace to her. They claimed there was rumors though that there were women approaching her in the industry, not just men.
Oh yeah. Sure. And the thing is, like with somebody like Aaliyah, the problem is that her parents already basically told everybody that she's available. By allowing her to marry R. Kelly, they let her. That was sick. And I really feel like the parents should be in trouble as well. The parents for a lot of these girls with R. Kelly and all this stuff should be they're just to blame. But then again, you also have to think about just the entire setup. So you got all these people in Chicago that are so poor. All these girls are so young. And you see R. Kelly driving by high schools, you know, picking up girls and basically giving them the life that they've always wanted. And, you know, it's like you got it. That's unfortunately, these are the problems that come with just being poor. And, you know, not having resources and growing up and not having things. And you see a guy who has something, you don't care how old he is. I mean, for a lot of women.
You're like, you want that, you know, you want normalcy pretty much.
Right. Now, this is one thing I've said this so many times because I was so tired of people blaming the young girls about, you know, R. Kelly. But like, if it was Tupac, I definitely would have let Tupac pee on me. Like, you know,
Tupac.
I would have let him pee on me. I would let him do whatever.
Like, come on, Tupac.
hey,
look, Jada Smith likely feel the same way.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Me and Jada gonna be fighting in heaven.
She's like, that's my man. Look,
that is my man. We gonna be fighting in heaven over there now.
Tupac was not ugly, okay?
No, but I just liked his whole entire presence. I like the fact that Thug Life represented the hate that we give to little. I love acronyms, so the hate that we give to little infants. The hate that we give to little infants fucks everything. That's what Thug Life means. I was gonna get that tatted.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Thug Life means. Tupac was a poet.
Yeah, he was.
He was a poet, and he was all the way into acronyms. So Thug Life means the hate that we give, the hate that you give to little infants fucks everybody.
And that's true.
It's true, and that's like what he stood on. He stood on positivity and unity and empowerment.
I think if he was still alive, I mean, based on old interviews I've seen in the past, it's like he wanted to be a businessman, like in his own community to try to help them.
Absolutely.
He
was all about that. He was all about that. So it's like, you know, people can say what they want to say about R. Kelly, but, you know, and men too. I'm sure men, if Beyonce was like, let me pee on you, I'm sure all kind of men would be lining up for that. Rihanna pee on somebody, I'm sure the dudes will be lining up for that.
Of course. And I want to say this about Beyonce. This is just my opinion. I feel like that whole Jay-Z and Beyonce thing, that cheating thing was staged, because as soon as it came out, all of a sudden Lemonade comes out. Like, it's like a coincidence to promote her album that she was cheated on or something. I feel it was staged.
Well, so when I met Beyonce on All That, she was young, and she was stalking Jay-Z. Oh no, she wanted Jay-Z. Yeah, Beyonce was very, very young, like 14, 15. And she would buy the first 4 rows out of, she was telling me, she's like, girl, I bought the first 4 rows out of Jay-Z's concerts for the rest, all his concerts, so that nobody can get close to him but her. Like, no, she's on him. Yeah, she's
in love.
Her mom was cool with it. Like, she was chasing after Jay-Z. So I do believe that that's probably true. And Jay-Z, you know, he's kind of the kind of guy that's probably not going to be able to be kept and shut down. You know what I mean? Like, more than until he's ready, right? Most men aren't going to be faithful until they're ready. You can't make a man faithful.
And their faithful age is very. Some might never be faithful. Some might be faithful at 90. Like,
yeah, I mean, I had realized that with Kel. Like, well, I guess you just, you know, and for me, like. And that's kind of like where our relationship really got messed up, because I realized that he just wasn't going to stop being faithful, and he wasn't even going to tell me the truth about it. So that means I could no longer have sex with him because it was dangerous, very dangerous, you know?
Exactly. There's all types of things out there. And plus, let's pretend nothing out there existed. Who wants to have sex with someone after they cheated on you? Like, that's not romantic. That's not sensual. You just cheated.
Right. And then and then to be acting like you didn't though. This was Kel's big thing. Kel's big thing would be always acting like, I'm sorry, I have to go downstairs really quick.
It's okay.
Like, Kel's big thing would be like, you know, I'm not doing it, and it wouldn't be until I would actually find, you know, proof that he would finally tell the truth about what he was doing. I'd have to get the phone numbers. I'd have to find the text messages. I have to go on a whole dang detective search before he would ever admit to it.
Wow. And did he ever try to make it up to you a little bit? Like, I mean,
which part?
So, for example, once he got caught, did he try to make it up with you by doing something special, or he just like, okay, you found out?
Well, so at first, you know, he was at first he would try to like do flowers and all this kind of stuff. But then, you know, after a while as a woman, you're just tired of like, that's not going to work anymore. So then
even apologies no longer matter.
Then he just turned into hate. And then it was just like, okay, you catch me cheating now. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. I'm going to hit you so you stop talking about it. So
he did hit you though?
Absolutely. He was very abusive. Extremely abusive.
Oh my God.
Extremely abusive with his little self. Like his little
stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry. I wanted, you said it, but
but you know, at the time back then, I was like 110 pounds, 115 pounds.
Girl, he's still like, I mean, I can picture him being crazy, but
abusive with his little self.
With a woman.
I know, and that's why like I don't even date anybody under 6 feet anymore. I am serious, because this little man got some serious crazy, like, you know, like he's strong. He's definitely
kind of like a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas will face anything. The little Chihuahuas, they don't care what the height of the other dog is. Okay.
No, Kel was he was abusive, and I felt bad because I felt like, you know, I don't know. I don't know, because when I think back about it, I'm like, dang, I probably could have taken him so many times, but I just felt like, you know, he felt his manhood was at stake, and I didn't know what else to do but just, you know, deal with it. And but it's like seeing my son, like at one point he had choked me and my daughter was my son reenacted that with my daughter, and that's when I was like, okay.
See, kids pick up on things. That's his male role model. So he's like, okay, this is okay.
I was like, this is never gonna happen. This can never happen. That's when I knew, like, this can never happen. But I even tried to have it work a little bit after that, and then that's when he, you know, had planned this whole thing and kidnapped the kids and had been paying for some woman's whole entire condo with my money.
Whoa! Oh my God!
For 6 months. 6 months, this man had been cheating and been writing checks. The man had never written a check a day in his life in her house, and had been writing checks for his little stripper girlfriend.
Wow!
From my money. And not saying anything about it, and that's who he decided that he was going to live with when he came back. And I guess he was going to live with his little stripper girlfriend, and he was going to have his kids be with his mother. But yeah, that was. So
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if his mom, like, because this whole entire time she still wants some kind of apology from me because I came to her house at 5 o'clock in the morning with the police to get my kids.
An
And
apology for getting your kids. Okay.
still to this day, even at my daughter's graduation, she's like, you never apologized to me. And I was like, and I never will. I'll never
I wouldn't
apologize to
either.
you. What the hell? I
Oh
don't owe
my
you an apology.
God.
You owe me an apology.
That
I
is
don't owe you
crazy.
anything. Better be glad I'm even inviting you to my daughter's graduation. My parents
Exactly.
paid for his mother and his dad, like, dinner and everything, even though, they have done nothing. But hey, that's the kind of family we are. We're a very strong family, and but yeah, some people aren't like that. Not everybody's the same. I used to think all Black families were like that, but no.
No. No. I learned a lot these recent years. So no. But that is so. I'm just like, it's so crazy because okay, my sister, she's okay, but as a kid, she had cancer, right? And I was trying to influence her to tell the Make a Wish Foundation to let us see Kenan and Kel. Because I was one of them fans, right?
Right.
But to hear this, I'm like, oh, we saved time. Because I didn't know how, all this, especially the abuse part. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. Hey, Kel is a different person, on television. That's just a character that he portrays.
That's it.
I don't know. I feel that I've seen some videos that I'm wondering, like, Asia probably was getting abused. Because somebody's MO.
And they don't change. I mean, they'll try to hold their true selves in for the new person, their new victim, or you want to call it. And then it comes out. They never, ever, it's like history repeats. They can't hold it in too long forever.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. It's good. This was before she had the kids, yeah, but nope, they did not.
Nope.
They do not. So I don't know. I mean, it's not none of my business. I just want my money at this point. Like, whatever she goes through is what she goes through. Because she wants to help now, and it's so funny because I hear all these people like, well, you still married him. I'm like, you are on the wrong page. You need to talk to Asia, who married. I would never marry a deadbeat. Especially, the other part that I think that really bothers me about this whole thing, and especially about what Kel is saying, is that, like, Kel spent so much time getting to know Asia and being in her life that you should just say that. Just say you spent your time starting another relationship and you did not care about your kids. And for Asia to walk around like she knew that Kel had other children. She was very present in all of my divorce. And you act like you guys had a relationship with my kids. You never even saw them. Like, that's insane. How do you stand by there and, like, do that? Like, I can never date a guy.
I'm telling you, some women,
years.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. How do you date somebody for years and they never have their kids? And you don't even, like, push it. You're not even pushing the issue. You don't even. So that tells me, you just don't care. So at the end of the day, I just have to treat people how they treat me. You did not care about my kids. You didn't care that that basically you were in the way of their relationship with their dad. You did not try to strengthen that. You didn't care. You just.
That's what I'm saying. If you're with a man and he has kids, you need to say, hey, you need to see your kids. Don't be in the way. Don't act like.
I wouldn't. I hate that.
I hate when some women are like that. Don't do the guy with kids then.
Yeah, any guy that I date with kids, I don't care. They have to go be with their kids. Be with their kids. I don't care if we're about to leave somewhere and go out in 5 minutes, or we're out somewhere. Your kids need you. Okay, cool. Like, don't have that. To me, that's sexier to me.
Right. That means if y'all have kids together, he's gonna likely be there for yours too.
Exactly.
And it's an attractive trait in general, even if you don't have kids with him.
Exactly. But to know that you're sleeping next to somebody every single night whose kids are crying and and they can't even get in contact with you, and to just completely ignore the fact that the only reason why that you even are married and have a great relationship is because you denied your children. Like, that's the reality. The reality is you took more time with Asia than you took with your own children. And that's why you have a marriage. And he's like, oh, I have such a great wife. I have such a great marriage. Yeah, because that's where you put your time and energy in.
That's it.
So, if you would put your time and energy in with your kids, then you would have a great relationship with them. But don't be on here talking about you do when you don't, when you spent every single waking moment that you could with Asia because you are a narcissist and you are afraid that she's going to cheat on you and you couldn't keep her out of your sight. And
Yeah.
so you picked that for yourself and you didn't have a relationship with your kids, and that's all on you. Don't be out here blaming me. Don't say you tried to. No, you didn't. You did not do any of that. Don't just sit
And
up here and
kids
lie.
know. Kids are aware. The kids are aware. They see it.
Oh yeah, he was all over social media with Asia, missing court cases, missing court dates. I think the day that they got married, we had court. We're supposed to be talking about custody that day. So he actually lost custody on the day he got married. So don't come in talking about, you care about your kids when you were getting married on the date that you were supposed to be in a custody court in regards to child support, in regards to your visitations. And that, I believe that's the day that I got sole legal, sole physical custody. But it's just like, don't sit up here and lie. Don't do that. And then right before you get married, you go into court and stop all your child support.
That's it.
Yeah, but I'm sure he used that paperwork to tell Asia, I don't owe any child support anymore because she's not very smart. She thinks he's the genius.
I bet. She likely looks up to him like, oh my God, he's just such an intelligent man.
Yeah, she's his favorite fan. She's a fan. And she's a fan. So she was definitely a groupie. And like she knows everything.
He can do no wrong. So since that's groupies, they can never do no wrong.
Yeah, she watched the show. She was a big fan. So according to her. But honestly, when I met her, she performed for me when I was signed to Interscope, and she opened up. And at the time that I met her, she was married to some 60-year-old man that was her manager.
Okay.
In Australia, and she'd been traveling around Australia doing her rap thing, and now
she was rapping.
Yeah, she was a rapper. Her rap name was Asia Lee. She was a rapper from Compton, and she married her manager when she was a child.
Damn.
And he was like 60. He was old. And
so what happened to their marriage?
Yeah, according to Kel, I don't know what I'm talking about with that. I'm like, okay. I wasn't there. She didn't perform. I didn't have a whole conversation with her and her manager.
It was just a dream.
Right. It's just none of this happened. I'm just making this up too, I guess. Yeah. Kel's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, okay, all right, I'm just done. She changed her age back 6 years and all this, but that's the reality. The reality is that she's not her age, and that's why Kel had to pay, I think, $100,000 each child to make sure that she would get pregnant. And because she's older than what she says she is.
What?
And she was lying about her age.
So his current wife lied about her age?
Absolutely. She was old. When I met her, she was old.
What?
And now she's went back some years, like 7 years or so. But that's cool. Hey, do your thing. But,
he believed it. He feels like, oh, I'm whatever age. And then he's like, oh, yeah.
For 6 years, they couldn't have a baby because she was older than what she said she was.
So she needed science to help her out.
Absolutely.
Damn.
And so, it's like that. But that's karma.
Of course,
that's
karma. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's karma. And she does, my daughter tells me, she's like, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she doesn't do the kids' hair. There we go. That's
not
karma.
The older woman, the older generation. I mean, that's all I hear. Older women are, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, but that's karma. What goes around comes around. If you don't think karma's gonna bite you in the butt, you don't do all this stuff to people and the kids and think it's not gonna come circle back around to you.
And it came back quickly with him.
Oh, it came very quickly, and it looks like age is catching up to him too. So, so I got to hurry up and get my money because I don't think he understands that he probably has a very short lifespan in this industry. He's almost out.
That's so true. I can tell when I was looking at both of your TikToks, him and his, in the beginning, I saw him a little bit.
Yeah, he's going down. It's going down.
Yeah, he's fighting to stay up there.
He's fighting. It's just going down. It's like going down.
And he should stay with the original. It's always the original woman. It'll be us who can help them stay up top or do a different path to get, but let him do whatever you want to do.
He got to do whatever. I just need my money. I don't even care at this point. I just need my coin. Run me in my bag, sir.
I mean, he was up there trying to rap or something he was doing up there one day.
Yeah, no, it is, and he's probably never going to, which is why I just have to take it. And I'm just going to take it.
I don't blame you.
I'm going to show everybody how to do it too, because it's very simple and they think they can get away with it. And I got the blueprint, women out there. Anybody going through this right now, I have the blueprint. So
you're not alone.
Keep watching it. No, you are not alone. and you don't have to be alone, and you can absolutely get help, and you don't have to let it go, and you can get all your money, and it's possible.
It's true. Because I had someone in my family, the guy took the whole house. And
Yeah.
this was years ago, and they just let it go. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
what
oh my
that's what they
God.
expect you to do. That's what Kel wants me to do. He wants me to let it go, and like, no, you owe me this money. You sold the house for $425,000 less than, and then Kel is now on blogs talking about I owe him $425,000. Like, you just sound dumb. You just sound dumb. You just sound dumb.
Wow, he is
But that's what
crazy.
they do.
Now, I don't know if you want to share this with the whole SNL, because a lot of us thought that, they did just to select him because they just wanted Keenan. Like, Keenan was just, if you want to share what
Oh yeah.
happened.
Yeah, sure. So when they were going for SNL, well, Kel decided to leave Kenan and Kel and all that, mainly because they were not paying them producers credit. They were not going to pay them any more money. And they were basically writing everything themselves. So Kenan was still like, forget it. It doesn't matter. Let's just do another 6 years. And then Kel was like, no, I don't want to do another 6 years. But the main reason why Kel said he didn't want to do another 6 years was because he felt that he was under Kenan. So Kel was tired of being like attached to Kenan, and in Kel's brain, he felt like Kenan was the one that they wanted. Kenan was funnier because his name was first, which is
When fans wanted both of them, to be honest, but
right there, that's the whole purpose of a comedic duo is, one person's name has to be first. That's just, and Kenan was in the game before Kel was. So I tried to explain this to him, but like I said, Kel likes to be number one. He likes to be the guy. He's not anybody that can do any sort of team. He doesn't even understand that. So once I realized that, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he doesn't care about a team. He's not trying to be a team. So
I bet do you think right now, like if he can go back in time, he would take that deal? You think what's your guesstimation on that?
No, because he never really wanted to be always with Kenan.
Oh, regardless. Okay.
Yeah, he's not a team player. So he doesn't want to be on a team. He wouldn't have wanted to be attached to Kenan forever for the rest of his life. That's what he was afraid of. Being attached to Kenan for the rest of his life. So when he went to try out for SNL, they were saying, they wanted Kel and Kenan. Well, Kel was like, nope, I don't want to do it with Kenan. I want to be my own person. So they were going to have Kenan and Kel on the show. But the problem was that Kel, when he went to the audition, decided to do very dark comedy about sexual abuse, specifically child sexual abuse. And he was making these jokes about Bill Cosby, and he was making jokes about Michael Jackson that had to do with little boys and being abused, basically. But he was making it like it was funny, and it just wasn't funny. And sexual abuse isn't funny. Pedophilia isn't funny, and that's why he did not get selected for the show for all that. I mean, for SNL, because his jokes weren't funny, and he was talking very dark humor. And some other people that I have interviewed with said, that. That's why Eddie Murphy got kicked off of the show, was because he was talking about Bill Cosby. And then why Kel would go on to Saturday Night Live and talk about Bill Cosby, they weren't going to pick him up.
They don't want to, because talking about Bill Cosby is kind of risky.
Very much so. And this was before all the Me Too and the Bill Cosby and the women. So this is before.
Yeah, he was still really respected. And bringing him up and even joking that way, I can see why they would, So yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. Wow. And sexual abuse too. You're talking about little boys with Michael Jackson and little boys with Bill Cosby. Like, that's not even funny. That's not even for TV. That's not for SNL. SNL did some different stuff, but it was more political, not to that level.
Right. Mad TV kind of went there with Michael Jackson. I remember that. But SNL is not that type of, they're really vanilla, and they don't want to do that dark type, because it's not funny and it's risky.
It was very risky, and it wasn't funny. So at that point too, I was like, oh man, Kel's probably trying to say something with this, because like I said, anytime there's comedy, there's always, something behind it. There's truth behind it. And so I just like, oh man, Kel's going through a lot right now. But yeah, no, that's why. If he would have done his regular comedy, I'm sure he would have been on the show. But no. And he doesn't want to be a comedic duo anyway. So it was, that's
the only way they were gonna last.
Oh yeah, Kenan's done well, but Kenan's been in the game for a long time. Kenan's mother, Kenan is mentally okay for this industry. Kel's
Okay.
mentally not okay for the industry. His mentally is screwed up. He could get swayed with anybody. Anybody could tell him anything. He'd go a whole different direction.
Wow.
He's easily manipulated by anybody. He doesn't really, obviously he has no loyalty to anybody.
I believe that now.
Yeah. So it's like, you just swaying in the wind. If you don't have a foundation, if you don't have strength, if you don't stand for things, then you fall for it all.
Because he would have lasted so longer in Hollywood if he just embraced that whole duo thing, like you were mentioning.
Oh yeah, yeah. If he would have
people wanted to see
duo,
Keenan and Kel. No one wanted to say just Kel or just Keenan. His fans wanted to see Keenan and Kel.
Right. To me, he messed himself up with that, because actually there hasn't been another comedic duo, I was like
Two black men.
Solo, yeah.
Nope.
So
what's that other thing called? Andy and
Amos and Andy, yeah.
Thank you. I was watching that last week too.
Yeah,
there hasn't been another one like them, and then here's Keenan and Kel, and then Kel ruins it.
Yeah,
they could have made a trendy.
Yeah, they could have like went so far with this, like they could have gone so far, and they could have changed it and been just amazing. But yeah, Kel's not a team. I learned that in our marriage, because no team.
Right, exactly. There's no team. A narcissist. There's just themselves, and I when they look in the mirror. That's it.
He has to be the man. He has to be the one in control. He has to be everything, and he likes it like that. So,
of course.
What can I say? What can I say? I'm happy I'm out. I'm just happy I'm out, and I want them to stay together forever, because I never want to be his target ever again in life.
I'm sorry. Even if y'all are not together, I'm going through it on the side. It never ends.
Never know. No, I'm just saying that's why I'm praying that they stay together, because the minute that they don't, then I'm gonna be back to target number A. Like,
oh yeah, first place, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping they just stay through all this. Work it out together. This is gonna be my thing when it gets hard. You guys can make it. Okay, just stay together throughout all this, and
Good luck.
Stay strong.
Once that wears off, that's groupies and your fans. Once it wears off and they're doing this everyday life thing year after year, that wears off eventually.
Oh yeah, well I'm certain once his money is gone, and once I have the money, because they owes it to me, then she might not be there any longer.
I doubt it.
Well, I don't know. She's some women you can kind of tell like who's going to be loyal, but I don't know. I just feel like when the money is gone, more than likely she will be too. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
We will see.
I mean, he can do his little skits of orange soda, welcome to Good Burger, and see if that keep her. Doubt it. I doubt it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm certain that he's probably gonna have a couple more years of all that. He has to change his career, and I'm sure it's gonna probably be the church. But if Kel didn't start paying me back, then I'm sure that, because who's gonna want a pastor that's been blasted all over about all this terrible stuff? You know what I mean? Like.
And that's a good thing you're doing that, because people need to know the real him. Like, stop sugarcoating everything. Let us know who this person really is.
Exactly. And I'm doing this with everybody. Like I'm naming judges. I'm naming district attorneys. I'm naming attorneys. And I don't care about white fragility. I don't care about people's feelings. When nobody cared about my feelings, I'm just about getting what's owed to me and doing what's right. And they need to do what's right, because I did what was right for all these years. And so, you gotta do what's right. And
exactly,
and everybody's going to be held accountable, because
I wish my loved one had that strength that you have, versus letting a whole house go. Okay. And all these other things. I mean, they were just like powerless. Like, just forget it. Like, they could have fought. There are people who were willing that, but some women are just like,
Yeah, you think it's easier, but I tried that route, and I tried to go that route, and I've tried it, and I realized that it just nothing ever happens. I keep giving chances, and I keep trying to be nice, and I keep giving chances, and they just walk over you, and they just use you, and they just take your kindness for weakness, and it continues, and it just never stops. Like, okay, so
you can never be kind and nice to them. I mean, I learned a lot. You're right.
No, you can't. You can't. I can wait till, I don't know how long Kel wanted me to wait to start getting paid back. That was just conversation. That's what I just realized. Like, oh, wow, that's been conversation. You're not actually going to pay for your kids' colleges. That's conversation.
Nope.
So
And
it's
that's
like,
so sad. I mean, the kids are like, Dad, like, you got this. You can be around, but
yeah, no, he doesn't want to be around. He doesn't want to spend time with them. He doesn't want to do what he's supposed to do. Did not pay for my daughter's college. He paid for my daughter's a portion, because my daughter had straight A's in high school. So he paid for a portion of my daughter's living expenses on campus, but that's it. My daughter had basically free tuition. And the reason why my daughter selected the college that she went to was because her brother had such a difficult time with Kel paying for the private university that my daughter was like, no, I can't trust.
She don't want to risk it.
Yeah, she doesn't want to risk it. And she doesn't want to put me, like, I don't want you to do it after all this stuff you've been doing. So she's like, I don't want to risk it. So she picked a smaller college that was way less expensive.
Wow.
So that she could just make sure she finishes, because she saw her brother and what he was going through.
I mean, she finished, but still, that's sad that she had to feel that way to even do that.
No, she hasn't finished yet. She has one more year.
Oh,
yeah,
one more
she has
year?
one more
Okay.
year. Yeah, she has one more year. And right now, Kel's not talking to her and has not responded to her. So she got into a car accident. This is her second. Yeah, she got into one car accident. Kel had bought her like a $4,000 car, but the car had some issues and the steering column had issues. And she kept calling her dad. This is what dad's supposed to do, fix all this. He never fixed it. She got into a car accident, and then he made her give him $3,000.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. And he got her a car that was worth like $4,000. Now you made her give you $3,000 after you took all of her money. And this recent car that she just got, she got rear-ended, but because he had such cheap insurance, they didn't fix that. So my mother and father, who have been paying for all of my kids' cell phones, like so much stuff, paying for the school tuitions, bought my daughter another car. Kel has refused to talk to her. He's not talking to her right now, I guess, because Kel
is so, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, Kel is he's angry, and he wanted the kids, I guess, to come to court to testify that he gave them all this money, and the kids were like, no, you did not give us all this money.
Pretty much lie on his behalf.
Right. And so he's not talking to them because he wants them to kiss his ass. Like, that's what these narcissists want. They want their kids to kiss their ass. They want everybody to kiss their ass.
Everybody. And
if they're not going to talk to you. They're going to give you the silent treatment, and that's what they're doing. And it just sucks. It just sucks,
See, you can't force a father to be in their kid's life. You can't, all you can do is, I don't know. That is so sad.
It is. But yeah, you can't force it. There's no way. You can't force that. You can't force it. You can't force a relationship. It's just not going to happen. So, I'm like, I'm done with that. I'm not forcing. I don't want him back. I just want him to pay me my monay. But that's okay. If he's not, I'll just go about it. I'm smart enough to do it myself.
The legal way.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah. Yep. Definitely. I mean, I've done it the legal way.
That's the good part. He got him an intelligent woman. He got an intelligent woman in his life. That's what he got.
That's really, I'm so confused. I'm like, dang, I'm a Gemini and I'm a mathematician, and
Geminis do not play.
I'm just gonna sit here and be like, yeah, keep screwing me over, and after you owe me close to $3 million, you think you're gonna go back into court with no documentation of paying me at all, and because you've got this narcissistic attorney? I know. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to record it. But yeah, this is how you get rid of an attorney that's a narcissist. I'm going to have a whole video on it probably in the next couple of days.
Look, I'll be looking too.
Yeah. This is how you get rid of a judge that's working with the narcissistic attorney. And this is, I'm going to have a whole playbook, and he's going to have to pay the rest of the child support that the judge wrongly stopped. So he's going to owe a lot of money.
And see, and even the judges, you don't know who to trust, because it's so many. When you're with someone in Hollywood and they're a male at the same time, that gender thing, they'll usually side with a guy. It just seems like all the time.
Yeah, I can't even stand women judges. Like, I've never seen a woman judge ever side with me at all, or women in the court.
Women bosses, girl. Women bosses.
Horrible. Women police officers, women sheriffs. Like, they're all terrible.
Yep.
Like it's
When it
just,
comes
you
to
know,
the
there's
men, they're kind of like a little slack a little bit. Us
yeah,
women, they're
because
ready to
men
throw
are
down.
yeah, but women are like, I don't care if she has kids. I don't care. Like the 2 women judges I've had in my case completely screwed up my case, but I'm filing against their bonds this week.
Good.
So yeah, I'm about to, I can't, I'm done playing this game.
That is crazy. I'm telling you, look, I understand because I've been through it. And it was everywhere on these YouTube streets. Like people were just attacking me. Females were attacking me. And I think low key, some women attack other women because deep down they feel like, okay, he'll like me more if I side with him or if I
Yeah.
act a certain way. And at the end of the day, he don't care about them. He don't.
No.
He's just using them.
No, yeah, no. I mean, his current wife and his kids are just props. They're accessories, and whenever he's done using them, he'll put them away. That's just
Even
what he does.
friendships, they'll
Everything.
pretend to
Don't
be
matter.
friends with somebody, a
No.
group of people, just to look popular, and they're really not friends. Those people think, oh, that's my friend, but in their mind, they're not friends at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, Nick never talked to Kel when Kel was going through all the stuff he was going through. Kel's all these fans that are so on his team and believe him, where were they? They were nowhere.
Right, where are they?
They were nowhere in our lives when Kel had nothing and was crying every day. There was nowhere. He had no fans. Keenan did not come to his rescue. Nick did not come to his rescue. Nobody. Everybody turned their back on him, including his own family. The only people that were there were myself and my family, who he turned his complete back on, even went bankrupt on owing my parents money as well. Like he went bankrupt on money that he owed to them. So yeah, it's like you turn your back on everybody that was there for you. It's cool, it's whatever. I'm over that, all of that. Now I just need my money back. You're not gonna just get away with that. Sorry.
Nope, never do.
Nope.
It's the principle.
Nope. Not going nowhere, not going out, not listening to anything. And I honestly feel like a lot of the times, like any of these people that are negative or any of these people, I'm wondering if they're actually real people, because a lot of times they'll just pay for this. They'll pay for a whole entire company to go through and basically shut down a story by getting on blogs.
They do. They'll cut down. Yeah.
By getting on blogs and just discrediting everything. Because I've had to block so many people, and it was just like spam. And so I'm like,
girl, I believe you. They're now on their channels talking.
Yeah, I don't think they're real. I think these are bots and stuff that they pay for because like it just sounds ridiculous. All these people, like, it just sounds ridiculous. And there can't be this many people that would think this. They just can't be.
I know it's hard to believe, but you'll be so surprised how people like to follow each other.
Oh yeah, no.
And of course, the bots do exist, because I have feeling like there are bots pretending to be me. They have my photo up and everything. Like, you can't make it up.
They do it. I've had some people from I don't know, like somewhere talking about, I have a friend from the hood, like white women. Like I've had other guys, like these black women, like obviously it's not a black man. You know what I mean? Like their pictures will be black. They'll be like, so just they create
different races portray each other. That's so true.
Oh yeah, on purpose to try to make us look bad as people. Like, so I see it. So it's like I'm sure, I'm positive.
It's an agenda. It's a lot of agendas out there within this race and outside of it.
Yep. And then, and of course there's the naysayers. Men are going to stick up with anything that has a penis.
Absolutely.
A lot of them aren't very smart.
No. They're not. Look, that's why you're winning. That's why I won several times against it. They're not I'm not trying to be mean, but they're not the brightest. And I'm like,
they're not the brightest.
I tell these women, you're the prize. Like, stop acting underneath these males. They need you.
Yeah, they do. They don't get it.
For you. Okay, they get new cars to impress you. So stop.
Yeah, stop it. And that's one thing I wish I would have listened to my dad about. We just got to up the bar, and we just can't allow and not deal with guys that aren't ready to be in relationships. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to men and like, okay, well, if you don't ask me out to go anywhere, if you can afford to go on dates with women, they just don't date. Like, wait till you get your stuff together.
Stay to yourself.
Yeah. Don't ask me to go out, but you can't afford this. Goodbye. Hanging up, blocking, changing numbers, everything. And then they try to contact me over here. It's like, dude, just relax. Just don't go out. I'm not going to lower my standards because you don't know how to date. And I'm not the one.
He can't even date until, in his culture, he said that he has to have a degree or a house or in a car before he feels comfortable dating a woman in his culture.
He should be. That's what they should be.
That should be global.
That should be everything. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like us as women have to just say no. Like I don't care. You're not gonna have me my standards go down. I'm not waiting for you to do anything. I don't care. I'm not helping you at all. Like I'm just not. And because anytime I've ever helped a guy has always failed. It always is some kind of way it goes back to my. I just like that's what
I think
I'm
it
done.
goes against nature because nature makes sure they're stronger. I don't care if they're short or tall. Men are just physically stronger. I think nature purposely wanted them to be the providers mainly, for them to do more for a reason. And then here we come, oh, we'll do this and that. No.
I'm not doing that anymore. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what is going on in your life. I'm not helping you. I'm not thinking about it. I don't. Most of the time when I date, I tell people I'm not educated. I tell them I'm a bottle server. I'm a bikini model.
Girl, I say I'm a receptionist making $9 an hour. Like,
yep.
Try again.
Yep. I don't have anything. I don't give them anything.
Don't tell them nothing.
I give them nothing. I just tell them exactly what I want to do. And I'm like, gosh darn, I could have been living my life, my whole life like this.
Yeah, we learned later, but we found out.
Yeah, we did. We found like, oh my gosh, no, I only eat Japanese food. I only do this. We're only doing what I want to do for my date, and either you deal with it or not. I'll get somebody else. And there are like, I can't even get them to go away when I do this, which is crazy.
I'm just going to be honest with you. Men low-key love women who are like that. I learned the hard way. Ever since I've been doing that, my dating life has been like amazing, even
amazing.
Unreal.
And yeah, and you find and having these great standards, like some guys like, you're never gonna find man. My thing is like, I like guys over 6'2", and let me tell you, so many over 6'2", very wealthy, treat me like princess.
There you go.
And don't have an issue. And when I say I don't want to see them or I don't want to talk to them, they don't have attitude. Nope. They'll hit me up and they'll say, hey, what are you doing? I was thinking about you. I'm like, hey, okay. And maybe we'll, connect. And basically anytime I connect, I just do only what I want to do. And they have no problem with it.
Yeah. One day I woke up early in the morning to a cash app of $255.
There we go.
And before, when you're super nice and they don't care for all that.
No,
I came to look, I'm just going to be myself and look, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and they keep coming back, and it's crazy. Yeah, women. We definitely gotta do things differently. So my other book is going to be about teaching young women how to do this, because we've been way too forgiving for too long, and these men will constantly try to break us down and tear us down, even though we're the prize. And
we are the prize. That's why I keep telling these women, and there's women on TikTok. No, men, you are the prize. I'm like, you don't sit your dumb stuff. You know how many times I got blocked on TikTok. But the whole point is, they're like, no, the man is the prize. They're going back and forth with me. I'm like, are you on drugs or something? Like, what?
No, because the men think that they are. Like, the men are telling all these women that, and the women are so happy because the men are telling them that you should be happy you're with me because, I'm the prize. And so the women are confused and they don't understand this. But Kel tried to break me down so many times throughout my life. And that's what they do. They devalue us, and they devalue us so much that we begin to believe it and think that, there's nobody else out there.
Right. Like they're the only guys in the whole wide world, and they're not.
Never. No. Well, I want to thank you so much. I'm like, damn,
thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
Look, we went over the hour, but thank you for coming up. Thank you so much.
You.
And I'll look out for your book, and I'll be doing my book.
Thank you, and have me on again too. It was fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was awesome, y'all. She's had a cough. So that was awesome. So whoever was lurking, thank you for lurking away. I'm going to definitely turn off the comments of this video. Okay. And thank you for whoever was lurking, listening. Thank you for commenting. And I'm still around. This was an awesome interview. And remember, I'm a newscaster. I'm an interviewer. Okay. There are a lot of things I agree with people up here, and there's some things I don't. And that's okay, because I am a newscaster, interviewer. And she's right. I should do my book. I should call it Survive in Idaho. And that's, excuse me. Anyway, whoever's lurking and listening, because I see there I have lurkers, rest well. I'll be back. In the future, I'll be back on the screen. I'm feeling encouraged. I'm feeling empowered to get back up here on screen part-time, though. And we're all going to have a good time, and it's going to be lit. Until next time, this is Miss Elite. Let me go out for my favorite outro because, yeah, I am elite. I am Miss Elite. Take care. Let me just end it this way. Peace.
Say just all you have to do is say, okay, Miss Elite, let's talk. That's it. That's all.
Thank you.
That doesn't make any sense.
Thank you. So, Miss Elite, thank you. But here's the deal. I want you to have the name Miss Elite. I want you to have it. You deserve it. You've worked very hard over the year and a half or so. I want you to use the name Miss Elite. You deserve it.